Hey everyone, what's going on? Jay Wong here, host and producer of the top 100 self-help podcast called The Inner Changemaker and founder of LDE Media. We have a business where we help emerging thought leaders and business owners launch top 100 podcasts. And I wanted to make this quick video to kind of walk you through a little bit of my experience with Student Works. And when I was 18 years old, that was the first time that I got introduced to Student Works and the opportunity there. And, for you to fully understand this, I guess, the context before this, before I was 18, before, I was in business school and trying to figure out, who I was a kid that was really lost. In fact, a few years right before then, my parents I had watched them work, their whole lives. That immigrated, from China and Hong Kong over to North America, and they had spent their whole life savings into their businesses. And some were successful and some were not. And when I was 16 years old, I watched my parents close down one of their businesses and actually declare for bankruptcy. And I remember when I was watching that and feeling hopeless, feeling like I didn't know how to be able to help them. And I remember when I got into university and I got into business school and I thought, I'm going to figure out, maybe I couldn't help them, but maybe I could figure out how to help us as a family. Maybe I could, up my game as, in business, and I could figure out how to make money. And when I got introduced to the opportunity of Student Works, it was crazy because it presented me that opportunity of being able to operate and know how to be able to step into being a great operator, being a great entrepreneur, but also providing me a way of making more money than everybody else around me, my students. And, I remember just even the summer coming back, from Student Works and going back into business school. And I remember thinking everybody's running at like half speed. Right. And some of the lessons and things that I've taken from Student Works, I mean, there've been so many, but one of the biggest ones is for me to think at a higher level. And I found that each year, each time, in fact, I interact with Student Works and people I did Student Works with, and, the skills that they taught me, it really made me up level my thinking and made me up level the network that I surround myself with. And I mean, the experience and the company itself, I mean, they're world class. They're absolutely world class. And take it from someone who runs an education company, who runs events around the world, who gets the chance to speak to audiences around the world, who gets a chance to serve business owners from different countries. Let me tell you, the concepts and the core fundamental beliefs that Student Works taught me as an 18-year-old has led to not just hundreds and thousands of dollars, not just like the money side, but it really, really deeply seeds in you what it actually takes to go the distance, for you to actually be successful, for you to provide for your family. And, I just remember being 18, just completely blown away by Chris and his team and all the different events that they're, putting on, all the different concepts and the books that they were, giving us. Now I know that they have this amazing podcast that they bring, all of their alumni and all these different stories. But every person I met, they gave me a little bit of an edge. They gave me a little bit of a nugget. They gave me a little bit, of the four referability habits. They gave me a little bit of the mindset, the results economy, being able to learn all of these things and embed that in my identity as a young individual. I mean, it made a world of difference. And it's not only led, like I said, to hundreds and thousands of dollars in my business, but it's led me to operate at a very, very high level. I remember just a couple summers ago, because of how well our business was doing and how well some of our real estate investments were doing, we were able to, for the first time, I took my parents with me to Europe, and it was, one of those trips, all expenses were on me, all expenses paid for them, right? They've never been to Europe, and just getting that opportunity of providing for them, of taking care of them, of letting them know that their bet in their son, me, didn't go to waste. And that I know, I can't go back in time and I can't, give them, back that business that, probably, just fundamentally just did not work. But at least I could be able to be in a position to provide for them, to be able to give them, different aspects of that and bring them along with me. And, when I look back at Student Works, I mean, it was like the foundation of how I've been able to build my brand, my business today. And it's some of the foundations of what we teach our business owners, people that invest 10, 20, $30,000 with us. And, for whatever the investment cost is to be a part of Student Works, it's peanuts comparative to the value that you're going to get for your entire lifetime. So if you're someone who's watching this, I imagine you're considering joining Student Works, you're considering, being an operator and being a part of that culture, being surrounded by people that's going to help you up level. And yeah, the money's great. You're going to make more money than everyone else around you. You're going to, you're not going to know necessarily what to do with that. And that's probably a different conversation. But if you're someone considering that, I would highly encourage you, don't think twice. Don't even spend time on it. Do everything in your power to get this opportunity. Because I know when I was in your position, I did everything in my power because I didn't know another way out. I wanted to learn the skills. I wanted to become the leader. I wanted to become the operator, but I didn't actually know how to do it. And the time that they spent with me, the team that they surrounded me with, the education that they gave me, it is an invaluable experience. I can't wait. I don't have kids right now, but I can't wait to throw my kids a part of it and let them to be a part of that experience. All the ups, all the downs, everything that I fundamentally do learn and be able to execute on, I can trace all of it back to Student Works. And that's how powerful the experience is. I do not think I'm over hyping it by any means. I don't know, how they're going to, take this video, but, my contact information, you could just find me. Just look up my name, Jay Wong, online. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or any hesitation. But if you are someone considering, and that you just want more in your life, you want to be able to be honest with who you are and say, hey, I want to provide for the people around me. I want to be able to go out. I want to be able to lead. I want to be able to run a company. I want to be able to take, my message, my skills, my talents, and I want to be able to share that with the world. Then Student Works should be an amazing experience for you. You're going to learn so much year in, year out, and just being surrounded by Chris and his team, it's an amazing culture. It's going to help you level up tremendously. And honestly, I can't wait for you to go through that experience. I can't wait to see you a part of the company, and I can't wait to see you at the very top.